Hello, everybody. Welcome to a Decks of the Weekend. I'm back from New York, where I had a holiday with my girlfriend. It's been a very long time, I want to say, since I have had just a full week without any magic, just having a good time, not thinking about making content and things like that. But now I'm back, and I'm very happy to be back. I had a super long trip. One of those like overseas trip where you leave on the afternoon and then you return of the afternoon of the day after without ever sleeping. But took a lot of coffee tonight. I'm gonna hope to get a good sleep and then I'll stream tomorrow morning. So my YouTube schedule will keep on going flawless, one video every day. And today I'm gonna do decks of the weekend. It is not Monday morning as I usually make the decks of the weekend, but still, the weekend has happened and some important events happened. One of which was the Grand Open Series in Barcelona, where it was a 484 people tournament. So very many people over there. And the tournament was won by 4 color rhinos. You can see my videos few days ago, and actually the list is very similar to that one, with a couple of Murktide in the top 4, and another very cool deck, which is this one. This is Jeskai Stoneblade with a full playset of Snapcaster Mage, a card that you don't see often in Modern. 4 of them made the top 4. I'm definitely going to be playing this deck in the next days, so it's like, you remember Modern when Ragavan came out? This deck came out like Jiska Stoneblade was the first deck that I remember putting Ragavan in, and yeah, and then the deck just was not very good, so people dropped it. But look at that, Sword of Furnace, Battle School, Cadre Complete. Yeah, I mean, not any zero new cards since there's even a Rafine's Tower just to ending for 4. Yeah, I mean, the Predator very good pilot for sure. The name was Paulo Casero, and I love this deck. You can't play Blood Moon, so you play Alpine Moon, but yeah, I'll definitely play this deck tomorrow. Very excited. Just Sky Stoneblade. You have Consider to fuel your Snapcaster. You Express Iteration to get card advantage against the blue-red Murktide Mirror, the 4-color, the Reckless Scam, and so on. And then you have Traitor Fairy, very good against the Scam deck, the Cascade decks, and so on. But yeah, can't wait to play this tomorrow. Let's go over to Legacy. Legacy has well, the initiative deck, right? I feel like a lot of these decks of the weekend have been initiative decks, and I mean, now that initiative is officially on Magic Online, the deck is just dominating even paper events because, of course, people use Magic Online as a way to test, as a way to net deck. And this deck in particular is from Rodrigo Togores. He did very well at Four Seasons tournaments, which happened 2 weekends ago. But this list also top 8 the Eternal Weekend in America. It was a 400 people tournament. The Four Seasons won 484 people tournament. So huge attendance for these paper events. The Four Seasons happened 2 weekends ago. Unfortunately, I didn't do decks of the weekend the day after because I left for New York. But this time, this list still, I think, is basically the same one, the one that made top 8. The change here is that we're splashing red for Caves of Adventures, Chaos, and Defender of Chaos. So this one is just, yeah, I don't know actually about this one, because you could play the other one, the Unchained Berserker, but this one doesn't have flash and I guess can block for 2. And the Caves of Adventure Chaos is another way to advance your dungeon. At this point, you probably know what the dungeon mechanic does. We all, know. If you've been following Legacy, a lot of people actually complain that this format, this mechanic is too oppressive. There's Decklist in particular doesn't play 4 Chalice, only a couple of them in the sideboard, and 2 Plow main, 2 side. You're playing Mox Diamond over Chrome Mox, so the difference are there. Some people play Elite Spellbinder, some other people play Arcanum Emeria. I think Arcanum Emeria is excellent as a player that play 8 cast. I played 8 cast at Four Seasons in the Saturday tournament. I lost the winning with 8 cast. But yeah, Arcanum Mirror is definitely very good against 8 cast. Not great against Lightning Bolt decks because you just bolt it. But if you think about it, you kind of have to bolt, all your other creatures. So yeah. The only problem with Archon is that it makes your Covenant Souls a little bit clunky. But you do have Mox Diamond, you do have Plateau and lots of planes. So the mana should still work, and I think that having extra Caves of Adventure or Chaos just makes you better in the mirror match or just any matchups where you need to be more threat dense and not just have like, Elite Spellbinder, Anointed Peacekeeper, cards like that. Let's now go over to Pauper. In Pauper, which is the format I'm gonna be playing every Thursday, my local legacy, my local league has resumed, and I am definitely playing a lot of Pauper these days. Last Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago, I played my league. I went 4-0 with Familiars. I posted the list on my Twitter and Instagram, so check it out if you're interested in that blue-white control deck. But today the deck that I'm showing to you is this Dimir deck with Falagi Archaeologist. This is a 2-mana 0-3. Then when it comes into play, you mill 3 cards. You may put a non-creature, no-land, so better than Augur of Bolas, because you can hit your Nihil Spellbomb. For example, I was playing 4 Nihil Spellbomb in that deck. And this is and then if you don't want to get anything, this becomes a 1-4. If not, it's a 0-3 that mill 2 cards and drew you 1 card. So something like Augur of Bolas, but you mill the cards that I put on the bottom, which is a huge deal because you're planning on casting Clarentier and Gurmag Angler. So, new card here, Falagi Archaeologist. I have actually tried this deck in one of my leagues. I went 2-2. The Falagi Archaeologist was fine. I don't think it was, something that I particularly have memories of. But my problem with this deck is that you flood. You flood, your opponent kills your creature, you just end up milling yourself with Tuskar Mental Note and just find nothing. In fact, I believe I was also playing I was playing something different. Oh yeah, this is the Simply Consider. Right. Because most lists play also Consider. I guess this list has 3 Unexpected Fang, whereas instead I had Preordain. So maybe this list is a little bit more threat dense as you want to be geared to be mono red with Unexpected Fangs on one of your 5 mana, on one of your 5/5s. But yeah, that's the goal. You self mill and then do that. This deck is powerful. This deck does well. This list in particular comes from Mocked. My friend Pivo Livo also lost the win in it the day after. So definitely a deck that might improve with Falagi Archaeologist. I'm not a biggest fan of the overall plan of the deck, but that doesn't mean that the deck cannot be successful. Alright, but yeah, also Pioneer went on. I don't think that much. I mean, definitely there must have been some cool decks and things like that, but I wanna right now my focus is on this format. I put Pioneer a little bit on the side now. Maybe if there's a very cool deck that gets my eyes, I will stream with it. But right now, I prefer focus my channel on Modern Legacy Pauper, especially modern, because I think it's great. It's just, for example, to explain you how much I think that Modern is just the best. In Barcelona, they had this 500 people tournament. The Metagame Breakdown. I guess I can't search you because I retweeted it. But the Metagame Breakdown they won 17 decks. Alright, let's check this out. The day one was 17 different decks, and then you had other, which was 31. So you have 17 decks, which is like a ton. Like, if you look at these names, it's not really decks that share, And then other is 31%. So that's just great. And the day after, Murktide being the most popular, I believe its conversion in day 2 was higher. So it started as a 13% in day 1, and then it became 14%. So very good conversion rate. Again, Blur Murktide, the deck that I rank the best among the top 8. Actually, this is very cool because if you look at my power ranking, is a Murktide Creativity Hammer. So that's just 1, 2, 3 right there with the day 2, which is of course, much more not much more realistic, but more realistic than day 1. And then you have, 5 colors is actually the breakout deck. There was one in the top 8 as well with Generous Spheres of Brokerage. So it's slightly different than my version, but yeah. Other from 31 became 4.69. So you can see how sure you can play other decks, but maybe I guess what's this? 1.56 is like 1 or 2 copies, 2 copies probably. So still, what I wanted to say is that Modern is great. I love to play Modern. I think it's a fun format. I can always give different content. But yeah, I'll still have Modern, I still Legacy, Pauper, and my deck of the weekend every week on Monday. Have a good day, everybody. Thank you for watching and for following. Like, subscribe, the usuals. That helps the channel growing. Have a good day.